Alright guys, welcome back to SkyBlock. Now today we are working again on the farms, and in the last couple of sessions we built this iron golem farm, and then we went on and built the villager farm. Now it's slightly annoying that when a cow gets in there, but that's okay, we can repurpose that cow for other means. There we go. Now there's one problem with this farm that we built the other day, and we're going to be working on fixing that today, and it's that the villagers don't harvest the crops due to some kind of weird bug mechanic. They should plant, however. You should come round and plant. Let's have a look. Come on, you can plant. Yeah, there you go. So they will plant, they just won't harvest. Now we have to fix that, and there's a whole bunch of ways to do that, and I had a look into it, and I spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out what's the easiest way to make that work. And long after many hours of testing different redstone systems, this is about as simple as it got. Yeah, that don't look simple. I don't need those. This is an Ethonian clock made by Ethos, and one of the oldest clocks, one of the coolest clocks. Still pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and easy to scale up. So we're going to be building that today. We've got over here, we've got our villages in, I don't know what we're calling these, apartments? Sort of gone from being farms to being apartments. Maybe I'll put a roof on it. And we've got a piston, water piston fountain thingy here, and this clock set up over here. I did experiment. This is a very basic ethos clock. Essentially, there's a bunch of items in here that tick backwards and forwards as long as the redstone is working. Looks like this one's actually broken. Let's go have a look at the one that works. This one here ticks back items backwards and forwards. This one's on a half a second, and then again it ticks over here. So these will multiply. You'll notice that this is one clock, and this is the same clock interface here, the little connector here. So this will multiply through to here, and the reason we've got a clock is because we want to flush the system after quite a bit of time. And I experimented around with sugar cane, growing that from a clock, and that wasn't very good. That wasn't very reliable or very easy to make work. Experimented with a couple of other clocks and delays, and boy, it just turned out to be a whole bunch of experimentation. But this worked out the best to give me basically 45 minutes. A 45-minute clock is about what we need for our crops to grow. So let's have a look down here. You're wondering how all that connects up. This is the base version down here. This is the actual clock that powers upstairs. I've revamped all the redstone around here because it's basically the water will push all the items into the corners now. So we only really need this one loop. And basically that powers up to there. And we've got this clock here. Now you will notice on the back of this clock there's a little extra set of hoppers. And what this is this is sort of a pulse delay. So let me run through this. In the front here we got 80 items, which basically works out a minute to send the 80 items that way and back. Just how this thing here works. It should pop back in a second. Power will switch off, it'll switch off, and it'll start sending the items back this way. And then the second one is a multiplier effect. So every minute, this will send back an item this way. And this will give us 45 minutes. And you're thinking, wait a minute, 17 plus 5, that doesn't add up to 45. Well, it actually doubles the amount of ticks. So 22 will equal 44 minutes because it's got to send 22 items that way and then 22 items again. And this thing does the same. Clonk, clonk, backwards and forwards here. It's going to take a whole bunch of time to do that. So we're just going to ignore that for now. And then basically this hopper on the end has 12 items in it. 12's about enough. And what we'll do is when this moves to there, these 12 items will move to here. And then when this moves back again, those 12 items will slowly tick around here again, one by one. Giving us a nice pulse delay that will push out to here to retract the piston to water the crops. It took about like a 5-minute explanation. These things get all over the place. Go away. That fella. Now, yeah, so yeah, that took 5 minutes to explain. Imagine how long it took to build. There goes our crop hopper. I'm gonna want to put this track up a bit. One of the problems of having the track down here is that sheep sometimes come down and get stuck, and I have to restart things again. So this complicated layout here is where our clock is going to be, and I've purposely, intentionally put down these little half slabs to remind me where to put everything. So hopefully, very hopefully, I will get everything right in this build. We might have a couple of cuts there. We shall see. Right, let's get started. So, I forget the actual ingredients you're going to need to make this work, but you know what? A stack of redstone repeaters, a stack of hoppers, a stack of comparators. No, both repeaters. I actually need some comparators. Where are all the comparators at? There we go. Oh, those are repeaters. More repeaters. I didn't realize I had so many repeaters. You need a lot of repeaters anyway. You need like 6. Yeah, that's good. You need way more comparators. So that's probably not going to be enough. Damn. I'm going to be using iron blocks to flesh out the bits. I don't need a spade. I'm not going to need an axe. I am going to need some redstone. What are we forgetting? So redstone blocks and sticky pistons. They were indeed sticky pistons. Let's hope we don't run into any monsters. Alright, let's get this build started. Probably first thing to do is stick down our hoppers. There we go. And they will face each other. If you do get stuck building this, there are plenty. The Ethonian clock is on the Minecraft Wikipedia, so you can just message. You can just have a look at the Minecraft Wikipedia. It is on there. The schematic wires, a couple of pistons, and plonk that in there. And we want a little bit of redstone. And it's going to go backwards and forwards a lot, so we need to stick in a bit more of a clock. There we go. Take that one out. How many did I put in? That's always a problem. We actually need 80, and the reason I go for 80 is that's a minute. That gives us a minute, which makes the math work. Helps my math work good. It's gonna be hard to empty this out now. Okay, that's empty. Let's put in the 80. So that should tick backwards and forwards every minute. Now we're going to need to extend that, and we're going to put that in here, and that in here, and that's going to have one of those. Hopefully that will work. I think it's just 0 ticks. And then we basically build another clock next to it. There we go. Boom, boom. And put the next one down there. And 22. We're going to want 22 in this one. That will double and give us the 44 minutes we want for the farm. Doop. Might have just enough. Let's have a look. And basically this is the second clock. I am running out of SkyBlock space. Got it really close to the edge. So I had to move things around and compact stuff down to make it work. And that puts that one there, and that puts that one there. Cool. Already moved one. So every minute that should move one, and then we've got quite a few hoppers, but basically we want them to go round in a circle. Circle going this way, I think. I put those in the wrong place. Of course I did. The one thing I didn't mark out. Unfortunately, I have spares of them. Okay, and that put one that way. Oh, must have been ticking backwards. Okay, sometimes it takes a little bit of time just to calibrate that clock. Now, this clock doesn't take into account daylight savings time, so you'll have to adjust that yourself. Okay, Hopefully we got that right. And I did 12. 12 was a bit of a guess. I might tweak that later on. Boop. Cool. And these comparators are basically for signal output. And we actually have enough. Because the next part of this build is basically let's get some pistons up and running. Polished andesite. I like to use a few blocks for my builds. I used iron. I think a lot of the tutorials like to use gold and that, but gold's a little bit scarce. Gold's a little bit scarce for me. I don't have that much. How is this going? It's ticked 1 that way. They're all sitting there. Hopefully we got that right. We might need to go have a look. And these go here, and we basically need to power up the piston up to here. That's looking about right. And redstone torches. We did need redstone torches. So this is the basic clock here, and we're basically now what we're doing is feeding up the circuit to power the piston. Okay. I guess I did put that in there. I got that right? The piston is... Let's just run up and check. I did mark out 4 blocks, so... That came out there. So essentially we're going to need to... Hello? Put in a... Excuse me, horsey. I need to put in... piston waterness here. Now, let's grab back that. Alrighty. Just, I mean, you can experiment with this a little bit until you get it, kind of get it to work. And don't let your villagers escape. Don't let your villagers escape. That is the difficult one. Bring back the pistons. There we go. And I put this one over here just in case my villager tries to get there. Now I made bigger walls in the other version, in the cells over here. The whole reason they have bigger walls is because the water will allow the villagers to get over any fences that you put in. That's the wrong clock. Will allow you to get over, and I actually need some water to put in there. Let's not worry about that yet. Head on back to the other side. All we're interested at the moment is making sure that this works and that this lines up. So that's going to be our thing there. Torch goes in there, should extend. Yep. Perfect. And then that goes there. That goes into there. And all we should have to do is put a little bit of redstone. That powers into there. Choice! Done! Alright, let's go up and have a quick look. This might take a little bit of fiddling just to get it working. But there's a cheat way to doing this. So this is slowly ticking across 4 minutes. 4 minutes have gone by. So remember, it's 4 minutes back the other way too. So we can take that 12 out of there, and we can plonk this 12 in here, which will power... Oh, we have made a mistake. Looks like I put these possibly off by 1. That was not long enough. Where did they end up? Here. And that should, if we get up there fast enough, power our piston. I heard it go, but we didn't see it work. We actually need a bit of water and to put in some walls around here. So let's do that. I'll go get those resources and we will stack up this area here. Alright guys, well I've finished converting over the two other farms, and let's just put some finishing touches in here. That one's taters, and that one's wheat bix. Right, it's looking good. Oh, we got to put some water in here too. Fill those up, and all we got to do now is sit back and basically wait for the system to flush. But there is a way to speed that up. And let's pop down here and have a look. Where are we up to? 4. Let's flip it back that way. Nope. It's already... There we go. And we just want 1 minute until it launches. There we go. Pop those 3 in there. And how far away? That should launch any minute. Let's just head on upstairs. Have a quick looky. All we got to do is wait. Should flush really, really soon. 1 tick. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, come on. Do it. Do it. Shouldn't take too much longer. Like a minute. Why is it taking so long? I'll do it. Let's pop down and have a quick look. Oh. No, I've done that wrong. Oh, it fired. That fired it. That flushed the system. There is a quick way. There we go. Washes it all out. All nice and clean. The hopper comes by, siphons it all up. Those villagers should start planting in a moment. Let's head on round. Here it comes, here it comes. And now it's unloading. Look, it's working! It's working! It's working, and our villagers should be replanting. Should be replanting, get in there and replant. Sometimes they're a little bit odd. Sometimes it does take them a wee while to sort of register and get started. It's possible they've run out of seeds. Because we are exporting all the goods all the time, we will eventually need to pop some materials back into there. Well, that's pretty much it for the day. We've got quite a bit to do. These ones flushed recently. You can see that pop down. I don't know why that one's grown so much. The growth chart is a little bit all over the place. I got a lot of bit of cleanup to do. I got to clean up all this unused redstone over here and experimentation. I might move this. I've got a couple of other planty farm things to do. Oh look, they're finally planting. I'm gonna have a look at micro farms and maybe a flower farm as well in the next session. So while I'm tidying that up, I will bid you farewell, and I will see you in the next session.